Hello there, and welcome to this episode of A Tiny Dot in Space, where I explore the various states, counties, provinces, regions, districts, whatever you call the first level of subdivisions of nations in the world. I explore these on GeoGuessr. One by one, I pick them up and try to play a game of five rounds on GeoGuessr within each region that pop up on my random number generator. And, well, if I succeed at playing at 25,000 points, well, I'm done with that region, move on to the next. If I fail playing for 25,000 points, the area stays on my list and might be featuring at another date in the future in the series. But yeah, my aim is basically to explore, see places I've never been, maybe have some fun or hopefully have some fun while exploring, and of course try to get 25,000 points. Today we're going to Brazil, and we go to Rio Grande do Sul, or Rio Grande do Sul, in the southernmost state in Brazil. What you can see here is covered all in dots, so you can't see anything in here. But anyways, it is the home of 11.2 million Brazilians. Million Brazilian, yeah, that rhymed. And yeah, 281,707 square kilometers. So it's a big old state. It's, well, dwarfs most of the states in Europe. So yeah, this could take some time. And it's one of those states where you always wind up when you play Brazil on like a daily challenge or in a battle royal or duels or whatever in GeoGuessr. You always wind up down here or somewhere up here. It's rarely down here for some reason. But yeah, this one is very common, and it's a part of Brazil with a long and convoluted history. We'll see how much of that I'll be able to pack in as footnotes as we go by. And so let's see, we are going to Rio Grande do Sul. Okay. Or Rio Grande. Oh, I just practiced how to say it and then I forgot it. I say Rio Grande do Sul. Portuguese is hard. So let's see, I'm just going to bring up a little document of mine here where I put the challenge links so they don't get missing, because if you want to, you can play along with me, or you can play before you watch the episode and see if you do better than me. Or worse, that's also an option. So I like to take my time with this. I'm aiming for 25,000 points, and that is my priority. And if it takes longer than any normal YouTuber or GeoGuessr, like, well, it will. I will, of course, try to edit it down so that it is watchable, but watching these things might take a little patience. I don't mind if you subscribe or like, but I'm not going to say, like, do subscribe, do like. Hey, hopefully you live in a free country where you can decide such things for yourself. But I don't mind if you do. But, well. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with my little corner here on the internet. If you discover me, well, welcome. And if you don't, well, you might not be missing anything, but at least you aren't here. Anyways, enough babbling and stuff. Okay, Rodoviaria Centro. I wonder if that is sort of a ring road. This is Ulbra Cooperativas Hospital. I wonder if it might be in the capital of Porto Alegre, but there are a few fairly large cities in this state. Porto Alegre has 1.4 million people-ish. So we could be somewhere at least close. Well, let's see. So we got Ulbra. At least that is something to go with. We go south. That's a pretty decent direction. Let's see. Well, no, not Uruguay. We can go there another day. So let's see, Ulbra. Let's just see if it is part of Porto Alegre and the surrounding areas. I don't see any Ulbra right off the bat. So let's see. Rua Bento Gonçalves. Gonçalves, okay. 587. That's a thing with Latin America. They can be quite good at printing their entire address. Okay. Cachoeira do Sul. Okay, so we're not in Porto Alegre. Here we got Cachoeira do Sul. You slippery thing. Okay, so where did we go down now? So I was going southeast. Yeah, I probably went down here. So right now we are most likely down here. ED Burger. To the south. But yeah, we got this road gone up here, so that's got to be right. And then the burger place has been developed here, I think. Okay, so we came from up here somewhere. Let's say that we were up hereabouts. And, see, and this street had a name, didn't it? Yes, it did. It was the Santos Fio. Oh, what do you know? It was the one I clicked on. Good. Okay, so we got an open space here. That's this open space. And let's see, so we have buildings. I wonder if we're here. Yeah, that matches because we got this little road coming up. Going that way. So we are hereabouts. That took a little while, but nice and accurate. But okay, that one, yeah, if I'd tweaked onto the fact that the 290 went a lot further inland, that would have been much shorter. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, the horse is on the tether, but still. Well, I was kind of hoping that it wasn't, because while I guess it isn't safe to roam free in a town like this, well, maybe you don't want your horse to roam free in this place. This is an interesting one. This looks nice. Wow. This looks nice indeed. Yeah, Rio Grande do Sul, or Rio Grande, Grande, can't say it anymore. Okay, Rio Grande do Sul is one of the richer states of Brazil. So let's see. Well, this is nice. We cannot see the sea anywhere nearby, so let's see if we can get a read on. It must be a water tower or cistern or something, right? Okay, let's just go back to the street where we started, and let's see, where should we go in this place? There's so many places to go, and let's see, can we see anything that looks like a center? Focal point. Well, it's almost sort of a boulevard-like going down here. This place is immaculate, almost at least, except for sort of random horses on tethers. It's kind of, I don't know, almost got a San Francisco quality with these very steep streets. Look at this. Woo. And it's all cobbled. Nice. Me likey. And a roundabout. Okay, let's see, we're going north from where we originally were. And we got the street name is the Joao Carlos Gasparotto, I think. That could maybe be some revolutionary hero or something. Yeah, this is definitely downtown. So what do we have here? Where to go? Maybe check out the back of that bus, if it's still here. Buses do lie. Well, technically they don't lie, it's just that you are not guaranteed São Marcos in... We're going to have a look for São Marcos. Let's see if we can find it sort of without too much hassle. So it's very... The terrain is very uneven. And it kind of looks like this is somewhere or inland. We have no guarantee that this is São Marcos, though. So... Marano Prata. No. Now I'm gonna need a little more evidence before I'm gonna start going for that. So okay, so let's... What is this place called? It's called Marco Center. That kind of lends credibility to this place being São Marco. But we shall see. Suco Sinuelo. Acqua e sole. Escritorio contabile. This could be, yeah, São Marcos. Prefectura Municipal de São Marcos. Okay. Right. So maybe I can find somewhere that tells me where the roads into São Marcos lead. This is a big old place, actually. So no, I don't think we're down here. Not in Novo Hamburgo. But São Marcos. Oh, here's São Marcos. Oh, that was lucky. Okay, so we have. So we're currently on this street, I guess. On the Padre Fejo. And which street did I come down? I did come down to a roundabout. So could it come down here, maybe? No, there were buildings on the opposite side. So that's not it. But then again, there aren't that many options. So... kind of sort of must have... Well, we could have come down here. Let's see, what businesses do I have here? This is the... Wait a minute, no, I was on the Gasparotto. When I think about it. There's the Gasparotto. Okay, so this is the street we're on. Now, which one did I come down? Okay, so we got Estación de Calzado. If we go in... yeah, that's looking eastward. So we have come from the... I came from the south, didn't I? Sorry, from the... No, this is not where I came from. Okay, so I came from the south, didn't I? Or am I just that messed up in my recollection now? Last. So, well, at least the Gasparotto, and we did come down to a roundabout on the Gasparotto. So I assume that's the one. And the question is, where is that water tower thingy that we were on? I assume it was a... Let's just plunk the market out there. Now let's see. What streets am I on here? No indicator just yet, but let's see. So we're going eastwards. And then we got that water tower thingy there. And I went around the tower. Was still sort of weak. Yeah, and yeah, right. So still heading eastwards. And then we come, here's a church. And we have the Rua Bonfiglio Nicoletti. Okay, and we're looking, now we're not looking down yet. Where was that avenue thingy? Was that over here? So still going eastwards. Or did I go over the top? Let's see. Well, it's not the same street, but it's one of those streets. Let's see. Where was that avenue going downwards? Was it? It wasn't up here on the top, was it? Well, not there. Ah. Okay, how did I get so lost? Okay, so we're on the Bonfiglio. What did I call it? Bonfiglio Nicoletti. And I've been going eastwards. Soldatelli Costa. Have I got my directions wrong again? So we've been going eastwards. We have a church here. And we have... Okay. Can we find a name of this street then? That wasn't so easy. Okay, so this is a school. And then we're looking south. Here's the Nicoletti. Ah, here we go. Okay. Now then. So the Nicoletti is an east-west street. Let's see if we can find this church then. So this is the Nicoletti. And as we move, well, southwards across it, we have this church. Can we find the church? Where is the church? I don't see any church. But this is probably the thing. Here's the church. Here's the church. So we started up here somewhere. We are, yep, this is where we are. We are here. That was a lot of faffing about, but got there in the end. And another city. I like cities. Well, of course, they can be a little hard to figure out at times, but let's see. I guess this looks sufficiently urban to possibly be Porto Alegre. But of course, we don't know that. So let's see. We go south. Here we are at Aquí Fico. Bilingue. Okay, bilingual school. Project. Escola de Educación Infantil. Yep. So a bilingual school for children. Nice. And then we just look around. I would say that the more businesses that do not list the name of the city in their address, the greater the chance this is the state capital, i.e. Porto Alegre. Yes, we are in Porto Alegre. POA. I would be very surprised if that is not an abbreviation for Porto Alegre. So we're on the Avenida or something, Sertorio. Of course, I don't know where that is, but verdant, so they need to wall it in. So one more time. So this is the Sertorio. Sertorio. Which could be pretty much anywhere for what I know. So it's got a slightly northeastern bent, like most of the streets down here do. So it's not a given that we're down here, but I mean, if we don't check, we won't know. But at the moment, it doesn't look like the Sertorio is in the immediate vicinity. But I have a feeling that it might be down. It was probably down here somewhere. Okay, so let's just go on. All right, let's see. Does it say? Oh, now we're on the Esa de Queiroz and Felipe de Oliveira. Okay. Eca de Queiroz. Queiroz. That's should be a name that I should be able to remember. Oh, what did I see here? No, that started with an O. Ondinian, not a Q. And Felipe de Oliveira. Queiroz, however you say it. But it kind of looked like we're in a downtown area. Ish. And this street is fairly long. It does run for quite a few blocks. This is still Queiroz, and then Luzada. Esa de Queiroz. And it still goes on. Huh. We're still moving south-ish. Still the Esa de Queiroz. Now it stops, and we run into a street called La Plata. Bairro Jardim. Okay, so we're somewhere around the botanical garden, wherever that might be. Jardim Garden Botanio or something would be the botanical garden. So that's the name of the barrio. Let's see, which would be the district. That is not our garden. Parthenon. Ah, here we are. We got a botanical garden. Now, how far does this district or borough reach? Can we find the La Plata and the Esa de Queiroz? It was a long and fairly straight street. Here's the Esa de Queiroz. Okay, here we got our street. And that's the Felipe de Oliveira that we saw early on. That's the Verdant Plange. Whatever, however you say it. Okay, so we have a bus stop. Hmm. Let's see now. So we are, that is the end of the road. So we are on this block. Yeah, has the bus stop. So we're standing right next to the bus stop, and we are, yeah, that is a pretty good placement. Yes, it is. There we are. Cool beans. I will count my blessings. I remember how my previous run in Brazil was in Tocantins. Tocantins. Or Tocantins, as it's spelled in. Sort of, if you don't speak Portuguese. We are in Porto Alegre once again, and we are this time in the Anchieta barrio. Anchieta. It kind of seems like we're a little out of. Seems like we're a little outside the city center. So let's see. Alvorada, Aparecida, Petropolis, Carvalho, Itapema, São Lucas, Florescente, São Tomé, Restinga, Anchieta, Ipanema, Cristal, Partenon, Menino Deus. Is this place on the other side? Is that considered part of the city? Nah, that's Guaiba. Also, still, it might actually. Probably not though. So, Anchieta, Azenia, Rio Branco, Petrópolis, Tres Figueira. That's it. But at least we are on the Angelo Dorado. And let's see, do we want to go east or do we want? I think we want to go west. Because if we are Gravatai Litoral. Litoral means coast or seaside. Gravatai Litoral. What would that mean? I still want to go west because that would be heading towards the sea and possibly more central bits. So yeah, and this is, I see a couple of roads crossing here. Fernando Ferrari and Provenzano. Now, so this must be the Ferrari. Fernando Ferrari and the Provenzano. Okay. Whoopty, and we airport. And Canoas towards the west. Es Gravatai. So, what does that mean for me? Let's see, can we see any Anchieta here? Canoas. The airport is down here. Can't Continue. Big intersection. Canoas, Guaiba. Ay. Gravata. Canoas is here. Gravataí is there. And Guaiba is there. How do we square this circle? That is odd, to say the least. So let's see. Fecomercio Seasa. So Canoas, Gravataí, and Guaiba. Where do these connect with the airport and Quieta? So the airport is off to the south. Ah. Well, that was lucky. Okay, it's the Fernando Ferrari. So we're somewhere on that street. Let's see. So that was westwards. How far did we go westwards? What streets are crossing and what businesses do we have? We have something called Atacado Forzul. Let's see if we can find that. They're facing westwards on the north side of the street. Let's see now. So we got... I mean, it could be here. That's an option. Actually not, because we've got a street going down, so that's not an option. Here's the Forzul. Okay, so we're here. We're right outside this building here. Turn around. Look straight south. We are clipping. Oh, we're clipping a building that. Well, could be that one, but I don't think it is. But yeah, looking straight north, and we're looking at. Looking about here. Cool. Final round. Wow. Oh, that is, well, okay. This looks to be a lot harder than the previous rounds, but at least it is in a village, a small town. More cobbled streets. Let's see if this is the actual outskirts of town and if this place has a name. Ooh. I just got a sinking feeling. This might turn out to be a bad one. Okay, so there are ruins and missions. Now, okay, so we could be up here somewhere. Of course, up here somewhere is a very large place. But there's a lot of history up here. And if I haven't already put it in my comments down below here, do check out the movie The Mission if you haven't seen it. 1980 something. Jeremy Irons is one of the main actors. And it's about power struggles in a colonial area just when this area was settled by the Spanish and the Portuguese, and how the business of missionaries clashed with the business of, well, business. And how the Guarani natives were caught in that clash. Good movie. So I assume that the area we're looking at is somewhere along the border against Argentina. Because the missions would be the area up towards the Paraguay River, which I assume is, no, this is the Paraná, at least up towards Paraguay. So Rota Misiones. The Rota missions, I guess. And this looks like a road to nowhere very quickly, and this sign will just tell us the same as the previous one. It does say that Ponteferro and CIC Pesca. So does that just basically mean a fishing spot? Yeah, that actually it looks like it. Ponteferro is an iron bridge or something? Saint Casapa. Okay. Yeah, that town is not looking very big. Basically, there's just looks like a cluster of houses at a river ford or something. Well, it does have a couple of interesting things, like a roundabout and a gas station. Posto Santa Rita. This could actually be called Santa Rita. Posto Jaja. Okay, haha. And there's a... Oh, that's what I meant with Ponte Ferroviaria. Okay, so we have an old... What are you doing, sir? So we have an old defunct railroad in what is possibly called Santa Rosa. This is more about missions again. Or maybe it is emissions. Let's see. I don't know which way to go in this roundabout, but I'll go what looks like the better and mainer road. And this definitely seems to be it. Sicredi. I like this game. I like this map. Hagalink. That could be the name of a Norwegian business. Haga is a fairly common surname in Norway. Okay. Cámara Municipal de Rolador. Gonzaga. Okay, here we finally got something. There is a Rolador. Here we go. That's the old railroad. Wow. They actually kept all... That's a railroad. That's a windy one. Okay, so now we are in Serinia, or just outside Serinia. So... yeah, okay. Anyways, so it should be possible to nail this one. Let's see now. So we have That's the last house. And that's between number 2 and number 3. Uh, uh, eh. No, I'm looking too far down. There is... yeah, there's something not quite right here. Let's see. So here we're going southeast, and we are... This is here. And then we got that road and the road on the opposite side. So, okay, let's get this right. Let's go up into the bend. So we have a blue house here, which is that one. Then we got the next house, which is that one. Then we got this white house here, which is this one. And then there should be buildings at the back here, and more buildings that there are on the map. How old is this footage? Can't... Oh, there we go, 2024. That's odd. And worrying at the same time. So it should be about here. Where are those houses? There is something at the back there. Yeah, okay then. So this has to be that house. The road houses are going diagonally away from the road, yes. So that is this house. No. That can't be right. It's got to be that one, right? That house must be this one. That house must be that. That house must be this. This is actually missable. I'll put it there. Yeah. Okay. That actually took an hour. What? It didn't feel that long, but I guess... But yeah, oh yeah, so I was right about the missions thingy where they would be. So my theory wasn't that bad. And yeah, so it's just that... What? Did that take 25 minutes? Wow. It didn't feel like it. Ah, well, that's how it goes when you get visually stimulated by the place you're in. Huh. How about that? Okay, anyways, that's it for this episode of A Tiny Dot in Space, and I'm very glad you have been with me here, and I hope you will join me for the next episode as well when that is up. Until then, bye-bye.